Natasha Khan, better known by her stage name Bat for Lashes, is an English singer, songwriter and multi-instrumentalist. She has released 3 studio albums, Fur and Gold, Two Sons and The Haunted Man, and received Mercury Prize nominations for Fur and Gold and Two Sons. Khan is also the vocalist for Sexwitch, a collaboration with the rock band toy and producer Dan Carey. Early life: Khan was born to an English mother, Josie, and Pakistani father, squash player Ramat Khan. A member of the Khan family, she is the granddaughter of squash player Nasrullah Khan and the niece of squash players Jahangir Khan and Tausum Khan, and the stepdaughter of singer and actress Salma Agha and half-sister of actress Sasha Agha. Khan is of Pashtun descent and British and Pakistani ancestry. Khan moved to Rickmansworth, Hertfordshire with her family when she was 5 years old. She attended many of her father and Uncle Jahangir's squash matches, which she felt inspired her creativity. The roar of the crowd is intense. It is ceremonial, ritualistic. I feel like the banner got passed to me but I carried it on in a creative way. It is a similar thing, the need to thrive on heightened communal experience. After her father left the family when Khan was 11, she taught herself to play the piano, which became a channel to express things, to get them out. Khan was subject to racial abuse during secondary school, played truant, and was suspended after swearing and throwing a chair at a teacher. She told The Telegraph, "I was an outsider at school. When I came back from being suspended they had told the small group of friends that I did have there that they weren't allowed to talk to me because I was a really bad influence. Then it got quite lonely." After completing her GCSEs and A-levels, Khan took a job in a card-packing factory where she would work while listening to songs she had made. She said, "My internal imaginary life was really fruitful at that time. I remember packing cards and just listening to songs that I had made the night before on my mini-disc player. All day long just listening and dreaming, while counting the cards to be packed." With money saved from the job, she embarked on a 3-month road trip through USA and Mexico. After returning to the UK, Khan settled in Brighton in 2000 to study music and visual arts at the University of Brighton, where she produced sound installations, animations, and performances influenced by artists including Steve Reich and Susan Hiller. After finishing her degree, Khan completed an NVQ in play work and childcare and worked as a nursery school teacher, dedicating her spare time to developing songs, recording demos and gigging in Brighton. Music career 2006 €08, Fur and Gold Khan's debut single, The Wizard, was released digitally through Drowned in Sound Records and on 7-inch vinyl through Khan's own imprint, She Bear Records. In 2006, she signed to Echo, a record label owned by independent publisher Chrysalis Music that acted as an incubator for artists before upstreaming them to major labels. Echo released her debut album, Fur and Gold, in September 2006. In 2007, Bat for Lashes and Echo signed an international licensing deal with Parlophone Records, which re-released Fur and Gold the same year. A limited vinyl version was released by Los Angeles indie label Manimal Vinyl in May 2007. Fur and Gold reached number 48 on the UK albums chart and has since been certified gold by the BPI for sales exceeding 100,000 copies. In 2007, Khan appeared at the Glastonbury Festival and toured the United States. Fur and Gold received critical acclaim, including a 5-star review from The Guardian. It was shortlisted for the 2007 Mercury Prize, losing out to Klaxon's Myths of the Near Future despite being a favourite of British media to win the award. Also in 2007, the American Society of Composers, Authors and Publishers awarded her with the ASCAP Vanguard Award and chose her to perform at their ASCAP Presents showcase at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. In 2008, Khan was nominated for British Breakthrough Act and British Female Solo Artist at the Brit Awards. Radiohead's 2008 tour featured several shows with Bat for Lashes as their opening act. Her version of The Cure's A Forest appeared on a charity album called Perfect as Cats on Manimal Vinyl in late 2008. 2009 €11, Two Sons Khan's second album, Two Sons, was released in April 2009 and produced by Natasha Khan and David Cosson. In preparation for the album, Khan journeyed to the Joshua Tree Desert in California to gain inspiration, before returning to New York and London to write and record the finished material for release. A concept album, Two Suns focuses on Khan's desert-born alter ego Pearl, whose personality she adopted while staying in New York to gain a better understanding of the character. She revealed to the BBC's Newsbeat, "I really just did it as an experiment of dressing up myself with quite garish extreme feminine makeup. I wanted to photograph myself in that situation and just see what it made me feel." Khan believed that living in Brooklyn when bands such as TV on the Radio, Management and Gang Gang Dance were emerging on the music scene had an influence on the album's musical style. In an interview with MTV she said, "I experienced that whole thing coming out, in terms of beats and like going out dancing and checking out all this new music. It was really inspiring." During the album's production, she also collaborated with Brooklyn band Yajaya for the bass and beat programming. In June 2009, Bat for Lashes first appeared on the cover of the Fader, in its 60th issue. Two Suns debuted at number 5 on the UK Albums Chart, and has been certified gold by the BPI for sales of 100,000 copies. The first single from the album, Daniel, became Khan's first hit, peaking at number 36 on the UK Singles Chart. It later won the Ivor Novello Award for Best Contemporary Song and was nominated for the MTV Video Music Award for Breakthrough Video of the Year. The following singles were Pearl's Dream, and a double A-side of Sleep Alone, and Moon, the latter of which was featured in a high-profile advertising campaign for children's charity Barnardo's in late 2009. Critical response to the album was generally favorable, generating a score of 77 on the review aggregator Metacritic. In their review for Two Suns, NME awarded it 8 out of 10, describing the album as epic in scope and ambition and requires a similarly epic patience to unravel its charms. Rolling Stone also rated it favorably, stating, "Khan proves she's a powerhouse under her billowy sleeves. She could be the next Kate Bush." However, some critics such as Pop Matters found problems reviewing the album. They claimed, while the weaker songs are definitely not throwaways, they miss the mark in more than one way. Blender magazine also felt the album was average, awarding it 3 out of 5 stars, claiming the contrast between Pearl and Natasha isn't always crisply drawn. As with Fur and Gold, Khan was nominated for the Mercury Prize for Two Suns. In 2010, she won Best Alternative Act at the UK Asian Music Awards and received a second Brit Award nomination for British Female Solo Artist. As part of the 2009 Summer Festival season, Khan played at Glastonbury, Somerset House and the iTunes Festival. In September 2009, a special edition of Two Suns was released in the United Kingdom ahead of Khan's October tour. The special edition, which includes a cover version of Kings of Leon's single You Somebody, was released simultaneously in the United States. Later in 2009, the cover artwork for Two Suns was nominated for Best Art Vinyl. In early 2010, Khan toured South America supporting Coldplay after a gig at the De La Warr Pavilion. In 2010, she collaborated with Beck on the track Let's Get Lost for the Twilight Saga, Eclipse soundtrack, and contributed the song Sleep Alone from Two Suns to the Enough Project and Downtown Records' Raise Hope for Congo compilation. Proceeds from the compilation fund efforts to make the protection and empowerment of Congo's women a priority, as well as inspire individuals around the world to raise their voice for peace in Congo. For Record Store Day 2010, Bat for Lashes released an exclusive double A-side 7 inches single comprising a live performance of trophy single B-side Howl recorded at De La Warr Pavilion and a cover of Wild as the Wind, originally written by Dmitri Shiumkin and Ned Washington. In 2011, Khan recorded a cover version of Depeche Mode's song Strange Love for a Gucci advertising campaign. The song was released as a free download from Gucci's channel on YouTube and various blogs. In June 2011, Khan performed 2 shows at the Sydney Opera House as part of the Vivid Live Arts Festival, her only performances of the year. 2012 €14, The Haunted Man the third Bat for Lashes album, The Haunted Man, was released in October 2012 in the UK. The lead single, Laura, was released in July. The second single, All Your Gold, was released in September. The Haunted Man debuted at number 6 on the UK Albums Chart, Khan's second consecutive top 10 album, and has since been certified silver by the BPI for selling 60,000 copies. Subsequent singles were A War, and Lilies. Khan attended the 2013 Brit Awards, having been nominated in the Best British Female category, and was also nominated at the Ivor Novello Awards in the category of Best Song Musically and Lyrically. In 2013, Khan performed at the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, supported Blur at the Irish Museum of Modern Art in Dublin, Ireland, and opened for Depeche Mode on the first half of their North American tour. In June, she released a cover of The Bride, a pre-revolution Iranian song, with the rock band Toy. On September 2, 2013, Khan premiered the track Garden's Heart, a collaboration with John Hopkins for the soundtrack to the film How I Live Now. In 2014, Khan collaborated with Damon Albarn on a track for his 2014 solo album Everyday Robots, premiered Skin's song from Body of Songs, a compilation album featuring songs inspired by anatomy and medical science, and contributed a cover of Plan the Escape by Son Lux to the soundtrack album of the film The Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 1. 2015, Sexwitch and fourth studio album On August 15, 2015, Khan began teasing new music on her Twitter and Instagram pages via a game of Hangman. During a surprise Green Man Festival set in Wales on August 22, she debuted a music project with producer Dan Carey and the band Toy, called Sexwitch. 2 days later, it was announced that Sexwitch's eponymous debut album will be released on September 25, 2015 by Echo and BMG, consisting of 6 covers of 1970s psychedelic and folk songs from different parts of the world. On the same day, Khan told Pitchfork Media that she had written most of the fourth Bat for Lashes album and hoped it would be released in 2016. She stated that it is thematically linked to a feature film she is writing. Artistry: critics have likened Khan's music to the work of Saxy Sue, Paragraph RK, Kate Bush, Cat Power, PJ Harvey, Annie Lennox, Tori Amos and Fiona Apple. Her music has been described by MTV Iggy as at once haunting and way danceable. Other projects: Khan and Fashion House YMC designed a limited edition capsule collection of sportswear and accessories for the Spring-Summer 2014 season. The release of the collection was accompanied by a fashion film, Under the Indigo Moon, directed by and starring Khan herself and with a soundtrack she composed with Beck. In 2014, Film 4 commissioned Cowboy Films to produce the short film Gotcha, which Khan will write and direct. She said she intends to develop the project into a feature-length film. Discography: Fur and Gold, Two Sons, The Haunted Man. Awards and nominations. References. External links: official website, Bat for Lashes at AllMusic, Bat for Lashes discography at Discogs, media related to Bat for Lashes at Wikimedia Commons.